Nigga return.
Oh my gosh, dog. If you don't fucking take that damn picture down and then nigga gotta go to your stream to see that big ugly ass motherfucking picture.
Man, you better stop playing with me, nigga.
Son, nigga, dog, that bitch take out my whole screen, son. I got a 55-inch TV I play on, son. That's a lot of face to look at, son.
Good.
Then this nigga, he always got his voice going through his shit, son.
How you turn it off?
Go to your settings, nigga. That nigga don't want to listen to your voice. Hey, you need to start playing with them fucking bears and get fucking better with your garbage ass. Nigga want to be trying to freestyle play with any team, nigga. You ain't got them kind of luxury. I don't know what's on that. I know what. I'm letting you know, Mike. Come Friday, bitch. Week 1 advance. I don't want to hear shit, motherfucker. All I want you to do is pick up the controller and let's get it. I'm gonna beat the brakes.
You talking about Hiram, girls, the wrong
I'm trying to set NFL records.
Play each other week 1?
Week 1? I'm trying to set NFL records on his ass week 1. I'm trying to pass for 500 plus yards, 6 touchdowns.
Ready? Blue way. Mike spot 4. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Winston now to throw on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Say. Flip.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jameis again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. K.J. Wright came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We call that a sack block.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Black 25.
Stop your whining.
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 41. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Winston gives to Barber. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. From the gun, Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
First down.
Ready?
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
You ain't going nowhere. Easy. What do you want? 54.
The first down throw for Winston. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 11 now. Wilson, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 97 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Drop deep, drop deep. Green, triple C. Right there.
Winston now. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
54. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Let's go.
They'll try and run here with Barber.
Go, go. It's right.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
At that 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. We ain't giving up nothing today. 14, find it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Exit.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Hey, here we go.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
12. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Check my 45. I got one.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Wilson now operating from the gun. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Check, 380. Check, 45 to Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. 45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Rip left is it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost it.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Carl Nassib, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a well-paced drive. They were able to calmly take it down the field, and then they finished the half with 3 points.
Yeah, and that's what's commonly known as playing the 2-for-1 game, right? Being able to get the points at the end of the half, knowing you're getting the ball to start the second half, gives you a chance to go out and double what you got done in the first half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run again with Carson, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Booker T! Mike 50! I'll go special!
Play action. It's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Barber. He finds an opening past the 40. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber. 72 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Switch. Friday.
They'll run with McKissick. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On third down, Carson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. I'll guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's going to get...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Jameis now on first down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He was taken down by 3 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On third down, Winston. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he's got this down to the 35. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Another try after the first down sack. Winston. That's caught out left by Perriman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Third and long for Winston. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
A 44-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, 76 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
That's got to be a wait. Green, triple team.
The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
One left.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This is Carson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Winston. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the victory here for Seattle. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime, I think it's a little bit more than that, though.